slash chair. And there you go. Now look at that. Look how good that looks on stream. See, look at that. It's that easy. You tuned in for the Neon documentary. Tell us how you will translate the Neon. I'll just be reading chat. So Chromia is obviously a mute, obviously. So like, how do you communicate with a mute? Well, they're gonna be typing in the chat, my chat, in my hand. That's how we're gonna communicate. There is like a keyboard in this world, and there are markers over there, but that just takes too much time, right? Like writing and then have to erase it. It's just better if it's just in Twitch chat. The other idea I had was I was actually earlier today looking for people to actually read for Kromia. So Kromia was going to type something, and then someone was going to read for her. But unfortunately, I asked like 5 different people, and all of them said I'm busy or they can't do it. Like they're just stage fright or whatever. Whatever, you know. I can't, you know. It's whatever. I was planning on, you know, having someone else speak because I'm just going to be one talking for non-stop for an hour, and it would be interesting if someone else would read for Chromia, but you know, shit happens. So Neon for one, no, once for yes, Neon twice for no. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're at max volume on the stream, and you're low for the standards of Twitch. Keep it simple. I'll show you. Watch. I can crank myself up. Like it's not like. Hold on. So I have voice meter, so watch. I can come on. There, how about that? See, now I'm a bit louder, but you're gonna hear like background noise and shit, so like, just an FYI. I put it up by 2.8 decibels. Anyway, you ready, Chromia? Yay. It's kind of refreshing watching streams not at 3% in fear of for my hearing. Ew, background noise. Yeah, I have chill jazz music in the background. It's very quiet. Anyway, let me just do the quick introduction. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Late Night with Rebel. That would be me, where I interview people around VR chat, talking about various subjects like obviously VR chat, VR, Twitch, other games, movies, whatever we want to talk about. Today's guest is going to be Chromia, someone I've known for quite a long time. You know, I think I've known Chromia as long as I've been playing. I think almost every guest I've known them literally as long as I've been playing VR chat. There are definitely some people that are going to be, you know, guests that I haven't known as long. But anyway, you know, I always say, you know, as the saying goes, you always know yourself best. So, Chromia, tell me a little bit about yourself. A first question I typically ask is like, who are you? Who is Chromia? Oh my God, who's that? Don't worry about it. It's just some gremlin running in the background. I'm a Neko? Oh, okay. I mean, quite clearly we can see that you are a Neko cat girl. What's up, Patty? I'm doing an interview with Chromia. Chromia's a mute. Did you know that? I mean, Chromia's gonna be typing in the chat, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, the future. We're interviewing mutes. That's. Listen, all right. If no one's gonna do it, I'll be the first to do it. I'm just a lolly Neko Hoppo. Started streaming on January 2018 for fun. Well, I remember that you originally weren't even you didn't even have VR back in the day.
Wow!
Wow. Hello, nice music by the way. Well, thank you. So this is obviously a different talk show episode because typically I have people that you know talk and stuff, but I didn't want to rule out that I can't have mutes on the talk show or an interview thing. So that's why we have Chromia here. Patty's just chilling. He's just, you know, he's just gonna chill. Yeah, I was on desktop with Soundboard and TTS. Yeah, but why did you pick a Hoppo though? Like why did you grow and attach to that avatar? That's another question I typically ask people, like why that avatar? Why'd you pick that? Oh yeah, if you want to see who Chrome like what who's next to, it'd be Patty's just chilling right there. You can wave to the camera's in front of you. You can't see; it's invisible. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway, I thought he actually talks. What, Kromia? No. The both these people in here, Kromia and Patty, don't talk. They're one of the mute streamers, just like Laxi. You know. Anyway, I started with the Kana model because I found it cute. I started with the Kana model and just got mine. Interesting. But after 2 days, I saw a Hoppo. Yeah, back in I remember. So when both of us started playing, I remember there was a large number of Hoppos in VR chat. They'll have like it's the one where it's like all white and it wears like the white and black dress or whatever. And there's like an army of them. They're all slightly different. There's like Voodoo is one of them. I don't remember all of them, but there's like a huge number. It was either you were a Hoppo, a Kana, or I don't know, just whatever else was. I don't remember. There's a bunch of other stuff, you know. Pog. Hope some juicy stuff comes up to light, of course. Yeah, I was on Project H. I remember your smug ass. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, how do you? Yeah, you used to stab people. Yeah, we can go. We can ask that. So Chrome, you stab people. Like, what's up with that? Why do you stab people? What? What the hell? Why are you shanking people all the time? It's kind of messed up. Kind of violent. Where basically was all hoppos and used to raid people and start staring at them. Yes, I remember that. Oh shit. Whoops. I do remember that. There was a point in time where um, you guys were all hoppos, and I remember you would go to like not just streamers but just people, like because raiding was a huge thing back in the early days of VR chat. You would all get like one avatar, like the alien avatar, which was removed for a very long time until recently it came back. Remember the alien avatar everyone had, like the gray alien that Ron uses? Um, People would have gangs in this game. I was a part of a gang. I was part of the Persona gang. I had just had the Joker avatar, and I would just run around and say I was gonna steal people's hearts, or change their hearts or whatever. And then there's the Hoppos. So yeah, I started to stab people because I realized of many lewd people around and started to purify them. Use Volt. True. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it before, um, in interviews and just on my own stream. There is a increase, I would say, of in the old days and compared to now of like how lewd avatars are, and I always feel like people are always pushing the limits of avatars. And personally, like as a streamer, I do feel like I have to stay away from that stuff. If you just play the like VR chat and just want to be whatever you want, then I don't really care. But like as a streamer, I always feel like subconsciously I have to be like, okay, that's a little too much for me, you know. So I understand it. Um, so how'd you get into animations? Because like I noticed that you always make these avatars with all these crazy animations of like blowing up, turning Super Saiyan, like crazy crap going on all the time, and I'm just like, I don't know if you're making those or you're paying someone to do it or you got help or how'd you get inspired. I'm always just curious. I have nice physics myself. Yeah, of course, man. It's listen, dude. It is what it is, man. While we wait for Chromia's response, I can monologue about various things. Well, I started to play VRChat main because I saw people doing cool anime stuff. Uh, oh, let me sit back so I can just lay back in my chair like this. Yeah, like I remember. Let me think here. I remember what was his name? I forget his name now, but he was one of the first few people that I saw that would do like the Super Saiyan stuff. So like he made like Jajek turn into a Super Saiyan, and like a bunch of like Pog champs would start like spawning out of his avatar. Like he'd just start absorbing all these Pog champs that kept raining into his avatar, and it was just hilarious. So like, there's definitely people that started to learn in the early days of how to do animations, and it was crazy. Like people doing fireworks and like these crazy effects. Like what was the other guy's name? Venhelm. He had the Lich King avatar, which wasn't made by him. It was made by Nave. Nave was someone who was very popular back in the day. Apparently, he quit VRChat like a year ago, but he made all these cool animations and stuff. So, uh, but at but at start, I was playing too much and really not doing anything. After I got VR, I started to learn Blender a bit, and after Unity, so I started to make all my own animations and avatars. Well, where'd you learn how to do it? Did you just watch like YouTube videos? Did you watch other streamers? Because like I feel like back in the day, there wasn't a lot of tutorials. Like I said this with Shanzo yesterday, where like back then there was only like Tupper's tutorial thing, which is like 10 hours long. It was like 2 hour long video of how to do Blender, and like maybe a couple other very short videos, and that was it. Like how to do anything in VRChat was like you had to be self-taught or like have previous knowledge in like 3D modeling or animations and stuff like that. Or it was word of mouth. So like you met someone that knew how to do it and they teach you how to do it. That was the old ways of VRChat. You had to communicate and socialize with people to learn things. It's the same thing with like the memers of VRChat, the people who do the meme review stuff. Uh, what not meme review. There's just like meme factor. That's what it was called, with James Key and Drekwiz and all of them and Greylith and Jesse, and Zombie. They do a meme factor every like 4 months. I don't know, it's just random when they do it. Up to like meme factor 5. And they all like come together and sort of share shaders and animations and stuff like that. But sort of like a trade secret. Like if I asked them, they probably wouldn't tell me how to do that stuff. You have to like be, in the cool squad to like do that stuff. Yeah, not many videos. I mostly learned alone. When had issues, etc., just asked a few friends, so I slowly learned. Okay, I get you. What else can I say? Yeah, like the meme factor stuff. It's just crazy. But like, here's the sad part about animations, and I'm sure you can agree on this. Every time VRChat updates, or like every few updates, it breaks animations or breaks particle effects, special effects, whatever you do to your avatar, and you can't do anything. Like it's just busted. It's just broken. Like you can't do anything, and you have to like figure out how to fix your avatar, how to fix your animations, all that stuff, because every whatever how often they update this game, it breaks stuff very often. Like obviously just recently they updated the game and it broke people who have full body. They have to go back in Unity and like redo their bones or whatever. A lot of people are up in arms about that. So I can imagine animations would get really scuffed over time. I remember I have some old avatars with animations and they're all busted. Like they just don't work properly, which sucks. I'm still waiting. They fix mirror and camera because you're not able to see your own animations. Yes, that is actually very true. There, back in the day, you could see your own animations in the mirror or in the camera or mirror. When the mirror, or sorry, not the mirror. When the camera first came out, which was last year, I think it was March of 2018, March or April, somewhere around there. I know because I actually was one of the few streamers that actually had beta access to the camera. So I had the camera before the public did. It was me, and obviously at the time it was Team 5, so a lot of us from Team 5 had access to it. And I was testing it on my stream, and one of the first things I noticed when I walked into a mirror, my animations broke. So any type of like emote or animations didn't work. And I was just like, what the hell? And I told them, I was like, yo, the stuff's broken. Like, can you fix it? And they never did. So it was infuriating. It's been almost 9 to 10 months from when they broke it. Yeah, exactly what I just said. Yeah, it's. I think that's crazy. Like I don't know if they'll ever fix it. Pff, I don't know. But I always said back in the day, ever since the cameras came out, the cameras, which was what I'm using to like do all this whole thing here. But like when the cameras first came out, it broke VRChat heavily. I felt like ever since then, the game's always been laggy, animation's been broken, things are just because um, you have to when people use the camera, you have to load that information. Like it's an extra thing. I think Jakey talked about this, where so I always made a comparison back in the day of old VRChat where most people were desktop mode, right? There used to be worlds with 64 players in them. And the reason why the game wasn't laggy besides unoptimized avatars is actually because when you are a desktop user, you only count as like one tick or whatever. If you have VR, you count as three ticks because you have two arms and a head. That's three. If you have full body, that's six, I believe, because two arms, one head, hip tracker, and both legs, that's six. So if there's 60 players in the world, they're all desktop, that's 60 ticks or whatever you want to call it. Whatever I don't know if it's called a tick, let's just say it is, whatever. But if you have 20 players with VR, 20 times 3 is 60. So now you can only have 20 players in the world, when if they're all in desktop, you can have 60 players. That's one of the actual big reasons why this game is laggy, because everyone is in VR. If everyone is in desktop mode and optimized avatars, you can have 60 players in the world. It's just nobody plays this game in desktop. Very rare. Only like public people and people that just want to chill with their friends or whatever. So, but anyway, um, I can ask you, why did you get into streaming? Like, did you just like be like, hey, I just want to start streaming? Did you get inspired by somebody else? Did someone say, hey, Kromia, you should start streaming? Or like, like how did that process start? Hold on, let me take a drink, cause I'm gonna be talking nonstop. For me, I I got into streaming because I was asked to. I've told this story many times, but while I'm waiting for you to type, um, I was originally a YouTuber, and so I did YouTube videos for years, and I sort of stopped and quit because it just took too much time for editing, and the YouTube apocalypse has already happened. It started happening in like 2015, 2016. People talk about how YouTube's like shitty now. It was already shitty like 5 years ago. Like they already like I don't remember exact year. It was when Battlefield uh was it one? It was the Battlefield that's in World War One. Just before that one in the beta, whenever that was, that's when YouTube started really cracking down on like swearing and monetization, and that's where I really stopped because like I all my videos were getting flagged because people would cuss and violence and video games and bullshit, and so. And then I started streaming in 2017 because I was asked to. So I didn't really was on Twitch before I started streaming. I was there just for a few Italian streamers. Actually, my first day on VRChat, I got on a public presentation room where there was most of Team 5 people doing art contests. BF1, yes. I found all sorry, I'm just reading as is written. I found all really funny, but didn't know like most of them were streamers. Yeah, we used to do art contests back in the day. That was just something we just did, like, cause back then the amount of worlds that were available was like 50. Now there's like 1,000, but like back then, um, we would. It was almost like every day we had like a routine. We would play hide and seek. We would play steal and gold, capture the flag, or an art contest. And this is all like Poke's ideas and whoever else, maybe Anubis or Whoops or whoever. I don't remember. It's just we just did art contests and stuff like that. We would draw in the presentation room, and it's just a topic. We would just be like, "Hey, the topic is uh, cars or whatever. I don't know, whatever, right?" And then you just draw it, and whoever we would just rate everyone's drawing. And most people are in desktop mode, so most people's drawings look like garbage. But it was fun. After like a month, I figured and saw VRChat was pretty followed. Well, I mainly started streaming because I was basically 12 hours plus on VRC, and also because I wanted a VR, and there was a few friends who wanted to help me to get it. Also, I think thank you everyone for following. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was the same way for me. I got my VR funded by the community. I started a donation goal um, back pretty early, like early. No, I started streaming late 2017, and then within a month, I got VR. So early 2018, January 2018, mid of January, I got VR funded by the community. I raised 450 bucks, and then I paid 150, which was the remainder. It was 600 bucks for me to buy this Oculus, the same one I have still to this day. I never got full body or anything like that. That's my current goal is to get the index and get full body. So maybe one of these days, because this headset's like dying, like it's fucked. It's almost 2 years old. But that is interesting though. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people were inspired to start streaming because of other streamers or because of the community asked you to be like, hey, can you stream? For me, it was because I played a character. I played Kenny K. Kona. I was like a hellbilly redneck, so they wanted to know like what the hell was I doing because I wasn't always with Team Five. Um, Half my stream was like hanging out doing art contest or hide and seek or whatever with the boys, and then my other half of what I did in the game was I would go to Publix and explore worlds and just role play and just screw around like what's up, bro? What's going on? And just be stupid and silly. So that's what I did. Well, actually, I was like, who is gonna follow a mute desktop streamer? Exactly. That's a good question. Who would? I think that's why I brought you here because it's definitely very interesting. As someone who's been on Twitch since 2012, I just as a viewer, as a watcher, not as like a streamer, just as someone who watches YouTube or Twitch, I always found it like whenever I watch videos back in the day or old streamers back in those days, everybody talked. Everyone usually had a face cam. They were just talking. But this is back when people played like Counter Strike and like League or whatever. And I never thought to myself that one day there would be people that would watch mutes or people who didn't actually speak, whether by choice or because of other reasons. I never thought about that. And then when VR chat came along, lo and behold, there's a lot of people that either are mute by choice or they're, whatever is going on. They just don't talk. And I always found that interesting. For me, I never thought about being a mute streamer. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do what you do and what Laxi or Patty or whoever else is a mute in this game, especially as a streamer, because I rely on me talking and making jokes and the gestures and all that stuff. It's like my voice was my character, me doing the accent and everything. I wouldn't be able to pull that off if I was a mute. I don't think. I don't think I would be where I am today. So, but got inspired from some other desktop streamers by seeing there was actually followed by people. I still don't know why people watch me. Lolicons, all of them. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those phenomenons where it's like I don't know. I just think VR chat is this gateway to uh, not just streamers, but people that come from many different types of people, right? Like mutes or people who I don't know whisper or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like VR chat is just full of so many different people, right? There's no like dictating of one type of person. Everybody's different in their own regard. I think VR chat kind of enables that type of behavior, right? Because if you were to be playing League of Legends, right? Let's say this is like 4 years ago. You just be gameplay. There wouldn't be a picture of you. There wouldn't be a webcam of your avatar. It would just be straight up gameplay. There's very few streamers that I'm aware of outside of VR chat that are mute that are successful. Very few. It's usually because they're really good at the game. Like usually if you're like challenger in league or something like that and you don't talk but you're just really good at the game, that's typically how most of the time mutes are recognized on Twitch or YouTube. If you're really good at the game or if it's just like a walkthrough on YouTube, like there's a guy named I think Mr. Fire and Ice. He never talks. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Never talks, but he does like any game that comes out within like the first day he beats the game, but it's just like a walkthrough. No commentary, just plays the game. So that includes you, Frey. Maybe I was sold by the Nyanta. So my question is, um, I have to think for a minute here. Um, my question is, why did you choose to be a mute? Like, why do you not want to speak? I know that might be a really tough question to ask, but it's always something that I wondered as someone who does speak, who relies on me talking as a way to communicate. I know that there obviously are people in VR chat who cannot speak, like Ray is deaf. He is deaf, born deaf, so he can't speak. So he relies on ASL, American Sign Language, or markers to communicate with people. But obviously, um, I'm not going to assume here, but I don't think in VR chat a lot of people who are mute in VR chat, I don't think a lot of them are deaf or have like issues with their vocal cords. I always think it's just a choice. Um, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I think it's always related to like anxiety and stuff like that. I've talked to some mutes. I'm not gonna say their names privately, but like a lot of them say that they don't want to talk because of anxiety, or they're very introverted and they just don't want to speak, or it ruins the illusion of a character, or what they're portraying as. Because technically in VR chat, you don't need to talk to communicate with people. You use body language, you use markers, you use other ways and other means to communicate. And that's always very interesting because in other games, you would just have to type to people, right? You just type on a keyboard and use text chat. So, man, just never been someone talk so much in real and never actually talked in English with people. My talking English isn't really good, and also when I started, I wasn't really good with it. I remember for me, it was really hard to understand people in VR chat, like 30% of what someone said. So, obviously, English isn't your first language. Did you learn English over time because of VR chat, or did you just get into like? I'm assuming you understand like what I'm saying, like 99% of the time now compared to before. So I'm assuming your English has improved. I can understand that though, because you're saying that English isn't your first language. So if you were to speak, um, your English would just not be as good. There's many different people that I've met in VR chat that are, because you said, well, actually, where are you from? You're from Italy, right? Because you said Italian streamer, so I'm assuming you're from Italy. If not, then I apologize for assuming. Kromia never talks like seriously, never sell out for voice reveal or any of that bullshit. I learned English at school and mostly from games. Interesting. I I'm Canadian, so technically I actually know some French, like really bad French. Like terrible. I took French for 5 years because it's mandatory in Canada where I live. You take French for 5 years, and I can understand some people when they speak French, but like I can't speak it for shit. I'm terrible, but that's just me. Oh, like the 1st of April was a nice voice reveal from Kromia. Yeah, I'm Italian and live there. I know a few other Italian streamers like No Logic David. Um, isn't Patty or something like that, or Patty or something like someone else is from Italy. I don't remember. Oh, is this real? I think Revolt. Is this real or Revolt? I think maybe both of them or one of them is from Italy too. Interesting. David Revolt and is this real? The ones I know of. Yeah, 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 that's what I thought. See, my memory's good. Do you have any plans to possibly reveal in the future? Like, just you can say no. Like, no, I don't have any interest right now. If you want to, like, it's up to you. I think I've talked about this before, but I think one of the main reasons why a lot of more specifically VR chat streamers, or just mutes in general, just say people who play VR chat that are mute, they don't have to be a streamer. I just keep saying streamers for whatever reason, but like, um, I feel like it's kind of like a fear, isn't it? I feel like if people are scared that like if they reveal, like if they're a content creator, if they're a YouTuber or streamer, I don't like to use the word content creator because I don't know, it's whatever. Um, they have a fear that if they do talk and it's poorly received, that they're gonna like lose their viewership. They're gonna lose their audience because people are like, wow, they're not what I assumed them to be, or like the immersion's broken now. That I can't see them as a cute Neko girl, and I just see some weird person talking all the time. You know, it's kind of like the charm. Don't really know. I always think I have to talk at some point, but not soon. Nah, or have to. Talk because you want to. Don't feel pressured to do it. Yeah, exactly. Don't feel pressured. It's the same thing. You should do it on your own time. Like, I would say don't even like make a stream for it. Just like one day, if you want to talk, just do it. Just be like, "What's up, dude? What's up, brothers?" Because then there's no like big hype for it. There's no expectation or anything. You just do it. Hold on, let me remove this marker. It's like distracting me. 60-year-old Russian man talking. CQ bullet. Yeah. Russians are the best broken English. Yeah. Oh yeah. What was I saying again? Oh yeah. The constant fear. So there are VR chat streamers who have voice revealed, and I feel like other mutes look at that and they're like, oh, maybe I can have the courage to talk or talk on stream or whatever. And I feel like in the early days, like the really like early streamer like mute streamers that did voice reveal way back in 2018, like early 2018, I feel like because VRChat was still popular and still like getting mass amount of viewers and people are watching all the time and it even was posted like on live stream fails, I think was also a very bad move because then it blows up even more and a lot of people were really upset with some streamers. They're like, "Oh, this person plays a lolly and they're secretly a dude. Like, what? That's weird. Like, what the hell, man?" And to me, I just never cared. I know of I'm not gonna name names, but I definitely I've heard many mutes talk privately to me, off stream. I wasn't recording or anything like that, and they weren't either. But many mutes have I have talked to privately, and they speak to me, and I just don't care. Like what, who's behind the avatar? I could care less. That's just me personally. I know that being on Twitch and stuff like that, it seems like viewers care a lot more about like who's behind, who is really that avatar, who's really behind the mute, the character. And I feel like for them, it's like, oh, the immersion's broken. I can't watch this person anymore. They get really deeply invested into whoever they're watching, and then when the character's broken, like imagine, I guess you could say even for people who talk, like imagine like Doctor Disrespect. He just like stopped doing the whole like he's number one, the best gamer ever or whatever, and just talk like a normal dude. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, hey guys, I'm just playing some Fortnite. Like he he has a character persona. So if he broke that character and just like stopped doing it, I think a lot of his viewership would obviously tank. People still watch him, but I think it's the same thing. Like he talks, but he plays a character. So I feel like it's the same way with mutes. They play a character, so when that character is broken, a lot of people are going to be like, "What the hell?" But some people, sometimes it's the opposite. For example, Artsy, who was someone that I did interview 2 days or 3 days ago, Artsy was originally a mute when they started streaming VR chat, and then they did a voice reveal, and their viewership actually increased. More people actually got into watching Artsy post voice reveal. So it's not always a negative thing where if you break character or start talking or whatever. So, but yeah. Oh yeah. Small Russian Neko. Many viewers are like that. Yeah, I think it's also sometimes after a voice reveal they change like how they act and lose their charm. Wasn't Kala considerably big when it was a mute? Yeah. There's many people. Well, I feel like some viewers are just like really naive and really stupid. I give it an example, right? So, it's I always feel bad to bring up this story, I don't want to talk about people negatively, but Jimmy was someone who was a mute back in the day, right? And he was most known for being a kana and dancing and doing his thing. I always loved Jimmy. I wish I knew what he was up to now. I haven't talked to him in a very long time. It's very, I just wish the best for him. But I remember that obviously he was a mute, and then he did his voice reveal, and it was a big thing, and everybody was there, like Vince, and everybody was really happy for him. But like, it was post live stream fails, and like other people like started like being like, "What the hell? Jimmy's actually a dude? Like, what the heck? It's so weird." It's like his name is Jimmy. what? What do you mean? You know, like, well, he was big also when he was talking. Yeah, and I always feel bad about that because I feel like other mute streamers or people who play VR chat see that and they're like, "Wow, it was like received so negatively that people are afraid that like if they start speaking, they're gonna have that same treatment." It's just, I wish it wasn't like that, you know. I feel like live stream fails is like such a toxic Reddit. Don't worry about the font, just whatever. But like, I just feel like it's such a toxic subreddit that like, I don't know. I feel like if it wasn't posted there, I feel like it would have been alright. I just feel like it goes back to what I said originally. Like I just feel like viewers get too invested into a character or whatever, and they can't separate the character from the real person behind the screen. Like I played a character. I played Kenny K. Kona. I pretended I was American and I loved the South and all this bullshit for like I don't know a year or whatever, and then I slowly stopped doing the character and obviously it did decrease my viewership and decrease and some people were upset about it, but like I just didn't want to do the character anymore. It was just I felt like I was living a lie. Like I admire anyone who plays a character constantly, like every day on stream or just every day and they play a video game, like you. But like for me, I just couldn't do it. It was too much after a while. I just felt like I wasn't real. I couldn't be serious with anyone. Nobody took me serious because I was playing a character all the time. So I decided I'm just gonna stop doing the character, and I would only pull like the voice, the country voice, like "What's up, brother?" I would only do that voice if it was for role play or for certain scenarios or whatever. Um, people are extremely naive. The amount of people that join streams asking about gender first thing, yeah. I mean, I consider mine almost like a VTuber, V streamer. I mean, like Kazuma AI or whatever. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's that YouTuber. Isn't she like the number one YouTube VTuber I think in Japan or something like that? There's definitely a lot of people. Uh, that's actually a topic we can bring up about is VTubers. I feel like because of VR chat, there is a huge increase in VTubers. Uh, you know, like it's creating this community for it because obviously a lot of VTubers are like uh, in Asia, you know, like Japan, Korea, China, Thailand, or whatever, right? Like they're all in like being a VTuber is typically in the Asian culture, but now because of VR chat, and because of VR, and you can be whatever avatar you want, it's becoming more Americanized or in Europe as well. Yes, he checks, but who knows who's the one that makes the animations and stuff, and after it's just dubbed by a girl. Getting too much complex there. If it's a voice female, then it's a female. That's how internet worked. Don't get complicated. Isn't her animation voice rigged? Face rigged? I think I could be wrong. I don't know what the science behind that VTuber is, but I was told that it is like full body and it's a program. So like the person's actually it's not an animation. It's it's like a person in full body with like full face rigging and everything because if you don't know when video games are made they're made of professional equipment with like mocap suits and you know those all those dots on people's faces and stuff like that for face tracking. That's a thing. So it wouldn't be far-fetched if someone in Japan had access to a studio like that and was doing all the animation work like that. Just like, recorded all the animation on a person wearing a mocap suit, and then um, putting the avatar on it, and then having the person talk, or maybe it is the maybe she is like literally in the mocap suit recording it, and then someone edits it together. I don't know what the science behind it is, but that doesn't sound too far fetched to me. It moves hand, face ring, do it. Can be a studio, but it also can be like an MMD and all the movement done. Yeah, yeah, you're right. There are because back in the day before VR chat, there was very popular on YouTube MMD videos where it's just like dance animations you can download. You set up a stage and you get your character to do those dances and stuff like that. That's part of what blew up VR chat, was the MMD, TDA bases and stuff like that. So you're not wrong. It could be that. I'm not sure. It could be MMD like animations, or it could be someone in a mocap suit. I don't know the answer to that. I just think it might be a mocap suit because I'm in college right now. I'm in my 5th year for 3D animation and character design, and at my college we have a mocap studio and a mocap suit, and it wouldn't be too hard to record in the suit and then translate it to like on top of an avatar in real time. Because like if you notice, a lot of the backgrounds for the VTuber, the Kazumi, they're just like white backgrounds, aren't there? She's not really in the world or anything like that. She's just kind of like in a basic like white background or whatever. I could be wrong, but obviously a lot of the times like edited to a webcam or something like that. And obviously in 2019, it's so much easier. There is what's a SUVA rig thing that the guy made from VRChat. I bought it. It allows you to take your VRChat avatar and then apply it, and then it has face rig on it. So it's there's a lot of VTuber stuff. When she was born, I don't think there was all VR stuff full. Well, yeah, I think when she first started, it wasn't VR, so it probably was. It probably started with MMD animations, like the very basic. Probably the first video. If you probably looked at the really old videos, you could probably tell it was probably MMD or something like that, and just like voiced over. Because if you think about it, like anime, like um, anime, it's just like a mouth opening and closing. It's really easy, right? There's Vismeans and stuff. It's just really old MMD stuff. So like, I don't think the voice, the lip sync would be too hard. Probably the animation was just probably done in an MMD program, and then she did the voice, dubbed the voice, and that was it. But probably in 2019, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a mocap suit or something. There was full body mocap for Kazumi. Yeah, but now it's easier. CGI, yeah, exactly. I mean, those virtual YouTubers, not just her. There's like a bunch of them in Japan. There's like 20. I don't watch any of them because I don't really, it's not my thing. But I know that some of them have played VR chat because they used to hang out in the Japan Shrine and Japan Town. They would record videos and be like, "Hey, hello." They would like meet up with like their fans and like VR chat. That was kind of interesting. There's old videos you can watch of that on YouTube. I always found that to be interesting personally. I heard when AI Chan started, she used Face Rig Studio and a Perception Neutron mocap suit. AI Chan. I know of what's that one person? AI Angel. They use a professional program too. Like they made their own like 3D model, and then they like put in like face rig or something, so it's like all like you know done and everything. Hell, you can even do it in Unity, like mocapping yourself in Unity. It's very I've seen people do it. So like in 2019, I'd say like mocapping your avatar is very easy if you have VR or like a mocap suit. I just feel like back in the day it was a lot more difficult. But yeah, back to the original topic of like yeah VR chat and people's personas and becoming your character. Obviously, you can take your avatar Chromia and they can play in any game. So you can play League of Legends. You can play. You're playing Code Vein earlier, which is like that Weeb Dark Souls game. I thought about getting into it maybe. I'm not too sure, but maybe. I played all the like a bunch of other Dark Souls 1 and 2 and stuff. So, but it's interesting because it wasn't like that before. Before with Face Rig, what was that guy's name? There's a streamer. The one Manny, I think. He was like one of the first. Well, he's like the first like popular streamer that used Face Rig. Because normally people use Facecam, right? Or they just don't use Facecam. He used the Face Rig and he used the Doge avatar, and he would like play as a dog or whatever, and then he would just like play Fortnite or whatever, and like he would move his head, and like the character would move its head and stuff like that. I think that's like the first example of face rig being used on like Twitch that was popular. I don't know if that guy's popular anymore, but back then he was. Now obviously it's all about the anime, the waifus, man. You can't listen. You can't compete, man. You can't be a Doge and compare it to being a Neko cat girl. Like, come on. Perception Neutron is movie level mocap gear. Really? That's kind of crazy though. That somebody would be like, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel. I'm gonna be an AI, like a like a avatar or whatever. But they're gonna use like that high level like mocap stuff. That's got to be expensive. Either they know somebody or they work in the industry and they took advantage of the market and was like, hey, I could use this mocap stuff and like be a YouTuber. Only reason I didn't watch Kromia today, didn't want to spoil my Code Vein run. The Talking Super Nintendo was the first one I've ever seen. Oh, right, yeah. And like, what was it like N64 or whatever? They had um they had Mario talking. Like he was like Mamma Mia or whatever the hell he's doing. It was like really old and like really shitty, but like that was like the first example of like mocap of like face rig. That's really old though. Come a long way since then. Whoops. I keep like hitting my chair. Okay, so what else can I okay, does any of you guys have any questions for Chromia? I can ask that too. Like I'm obviously reading chat mostly and communicating to Chromia that way. So if you guys have any questions for me, you can, ask Chromia and Chromia can answer them. I guess one question I can ask you, Chromia, is what's your future plans for streaming? Like, are you going to still play VR chat, or are you thinking of moving on beyond VR chat and playing like other games, using the face rig stuff to obviously take your avatar and add it to other games, which you've already started doing, but like, I feel like obviously many people in VR chat, many people who do stream VR chat have moved on since last year. Like, so many people have like, I'm done. I'm moving off to other games, and I know that some people have tried doing that. Like World of Warcraft, Classic. What was the other games that are popular? I don't remember. There's like, whatever new game that comes out, people from VR chat hype on it and they get on it, but then they realize that like not all the time that they're going to retain their viewership. Like that's what happens when you grow your audience from a single game, like VR chat. You when you translate it to another game, a lot of people lose their viewership. They like get half the viewers. That's how it was for me for YouTube, and for me when I play other games, I lose my viewership because people are just like, I'd rather watch you play VR chat and screw around than you know play other games. I don't want to quit VR chat totally. My plan be just stream a bit more, like do 2 streams and keep VR chat like priority. VR chat. I get you. Yeah, I feel like I tried doing that. That's why I made that announcement on Twitter like sometime in like August or something like that. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna move away from VR chat," but here I am. It's because you want to know why? It's because I never found really any games that were like really interesting to me. I thought WoW Classic was gonna be the game that I was gonna spend more time on, but I ended up getting bored of it. And two, nobody really cared when I streamed it because it's just boring to watch to like level up because nobody cares. They only want to see like the end game stuff. And I fucked up my hand because I played too much, so I got carpal tunnel in my hands. So I'm back to VR. But I'm definitely interested in playing other games like Halo, Master Chief Collection. Um, what else? Other social games. Like I'm excited to see like because I think in the next I guarantee you next year 2020 there's definitely probably going to be some new social game that's like VR chat that's going to like knock this out of the park. So I feel like a lot of VR chatters are just waiting for that next better VR game, VR social game. It's like VR chat but just like better, optimized better overall. Most streamers mostly need a main game. Imagine getting bored by WoW. Yeah, exactly. And don't think can find another game I can play so much. Well, yeah. I talked about this before. Uh, Most people who get popular as a streamer, they typically main a game. So like Soda Poppin used to play World of Warcraft at the time, like 10 plus years. He was like one of the first like really old streamers. He played World of Warcraft. He got his audience by doing that. Then he did variety because once you grow your audience, you can go and play whatever game you want, and your viewership won't drop. Excuse me. Um, a lot of people came out of Hearthstone. That was really popular. What, like 4 or 5 years ago when Hearthstone was popular? A lot of people played Hearthstone. They got their partnership. They got their viewership from Hearthstone. But Hearthstone died because it's not popular anymore. But those streamers like Forsen and I mean some of them played were already streamers before that, but like Forsen, Crip, Rekful, a lot of Nim, a lot of these Hearthstone players were streamers and they streamed it. They got their viewership and then they moved on to other variety games. Moon OW, he used to be Overwatch. There's a lot of Overwatch people, like XQC, Moon, Poke. A lot of them all played Overwatch, got their viewership, got their whatever audience from Overwatch. When Overwatch wasn't good anymore, they moved on to other games. Sure, they tanked in views, but they had still had that core viewership and fans and stuff like that, and community support them to be able to move to other games. So, nice stage, thank you. Uh, yeah, I would keep VR my main content. I saw that Facebook is actually making a VR chat, like a game where you can create your own rooms and stuff like that. Yes, actually, we could talk about that. I remember reading that in an article. I forget what it's called. Can anyone look it up real quick? Look up Facebook making their own VR game. Um, I forget what it's called, but I think Facebook's pulling I don't know if they're pulling investments from VRChat, but they're definitely making their own VR social game, just like VRChat. It's literally, if you read like the document, it's literally VRChat. They talk about having like teleports, make your own worlds and content and avatars and all that. It's literally VRChat, but Facebook version of it. And a lot of people from VRChat, like on the Reddit and stuff like that, they do not like it because it's just like, dude, it's gonna fail, it's gonna flop. Also, it's probably gonna have like some crap tied in with it, where it's like you have to be signed into Facebook. You know, Mark Zuckerberg's gonna be looking at you when you're in VR. So, VR rival, yeah, I don't see as a VR rival. Listen, we talked about this before on previous podcasts and interviews, but like, there is no game that compares to VR chat. The only other game that compares is a Rec Room, and it gets 400 players a day. This game gets 6,000. The other game besides VR Chat is Sansar, that gets 10 players a day. There's also Lavender, that's a very early access. That's not going to be done for probably a year or two, so that doesn't count. There's also High Fidelity. That doesn't really count. It gets like less than 10 viewers. There's also a bunch of scandals and drama of that game, so nobody cares about that one. There is Second Life, but that's not VR. That's just a social game. That still pulls, I think, a couple thousand people, but that's really old and it's desktop, so that's not really comparable. So like, VRChat owns the monopoly on VR social games currently. Will there be a game that will rival it eventually? Yes, I think a AAA title, or eventually. That's why I said next year or 2021. I think when the new headsets, the second gen comes out, I think more companies will start developing and designing more better VR social games. So we'll have to see. Yeah, like you can do whatever you want, chill, kill people, kill mobs, do raids, etc. There's a shame if VR chat maybe had a rival. Maybe devs would actually put effort into it. A real MMORPG for VR would be cool. There are some ideas. What's that game, Neos? I think Glado's playing it or something. It was called like Neos VR. It was like early access or something like that. It was just like that. It was an MMORPG VR game, but like I don't, I don't think it's came out. I think like people tested it for one day and didn't care about it the next day. So I don't know. But a lot of people, not just in VR chat, a lot of streamers said that if a successful, like if you put World of Warcraft in VR and actually made it work, or like like a popular game like World of Warcraft and made it VR, it would be the number one best-selling game. If you, because it's a grind, you chill with your friends, you build guild houses, or like Final Fantasy, right? Just imagine a game like that, but somehow you would condense the game with all the buttons, because obviously when you play an MMO, there's like 50 buttons. You got to press your heals and your magic spells and all that stuff. It's really hard to do in VR. But if you found out a way or created a proper controller or something to be able to do that, it would be very successful. Very, very successful. Like a Sword Art Online in VR chat, which actually there is a map that is literally that. But you know what I mean? Like an actual properly game that is like that. That would honestly be the best. For me, what I always wanted in VR was a game like GTA. So like imagine GTA, but it's VR. So every time you drive a car, you have to shift gears. You have to pull out, you know what I mean? Like pull out guns and rob banks. Everything's in first person and everything is interactive. That's what I want. I said this on a podcast. That's what I want personally. I want a VR GTA game. And there actually was one. It was called Project Elysium, but it flopped. The Kickstarter backing for it failed. It's still being worked on, but the progress is very slow. So who the hell knows when it's going to be done? Is it the graphics for the game is very low quality. It's like not 8-bit. It's like just like low poly stuff. But the idea is there. I would love to play that game because being able to drive cars, you have to actually physically shift gears. You pull a gun, you shoot. You have jobs. It looked like a really fun game to me. Neos, Orbis VR, or maybe it was it no Orbis or I don't remember. It was like Neos or Orbis or something like that. I don't know. Leda was talking about it and was like really hyped for it, and then I never heard it. She played it and then no, I never heard a single word from it, and that was like a couple months ago. So clearly it wasn't successful. Nobody cares about it now. Oh yes, we got some good fucking VR games come out. At the moment, I don't see any value in owning VR gear. Boneworks when that comes out, or did Boneworks come out? It's supposed to come out like when Knuckles came out, like the Index. Did it ever come out, or is it still like beta or whatever? Orbis was awful. Looks like the VRC game's called Facebook Horizon. That's what it was called. Thank you for telling me that. Make it customizable like Code Vein, and we don't need to upload our avatars. Should be a perfect game with better wolf ears and tail. Ooh, that would be too much effort, too much stuff. Not out yet, maybe. Yeah, very good customization should be good enough. Boneworks reminds me of Gmod. Well, Boneworks was made by the people who made by a Node, and it's like Freddy W, and then they do like special effects and stuff. But Boneworks was like it's like a testing game. It's kind of like people call it like Half-Life 2.5 because it has a lot of physics-based game. The tests really push VR. So I suggest anyone who has Index to get it. Node people are cool. Yeah, I've watched the Node people for a very long time. Very long time. But like you said a perfect game. So you want like an RPG like Dark Souls, like a Dark Souls VR. I could see that being successful. And you have the customization, so you make your own character, and then you fight monsters and stuff like that. I just feel like the combat would have to be really worked on. I mean, I guess if you had like blade and sorcery, where like everything like weapons have weight, and like when you like really slam down the hammer or sword or shield, um, you feel those impacts. So No Man's Sky has pretty good VR, but you would a game like Sword Art Online had to be really good VR MMO. Yeah, I think The reason why there is no VR MMO is because look at VR chat. You barely have 20 people in a world. Imagine trying to have an MMO. The first word of MMO is massively multiplayer. VR chat can barely run 20 people in a world, unless you're calling 20 people massively multiplayer. That's why I said RPG. I could definitely see like Dark Souls like VR because it's a single player and maybe like someone invades you or something. But I think a VR life game would be the most popular. You mean like VR chat? Like a. Sorry, I'm taking a drink again. Thirsty. Some good stuff. Drinking iced tea. VR life game? Yeah, I could definitely see that because it's gonna appeal to like normies and stuff. People who just like boomers and stuff who don't really play um, games or like like shooting games and stuff like that. Like that's why Facebook's doing it. That's why Facebook's making their own game because it appeals to people that just want to connect. They're not there for the memes. They're not there for the whatever the VR chat is. They're there just for the social aspect of like talking to people or business meetings. The normies, the 30-year-old people. They're definitely appealing to that audience. In 5 years, I want nerve gear. What like Ready Player One? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that personally because I feel like obviously that does increase immersion, but like I mean, unless it's like a suit you wear and then if someone like touches you in the game, you just feel like a warm sensation, sort of like Phantom Sense. I can get that, but I feel like if someone stabs you and you're just like oh, you just like you just like feel pain in your chest, I wouldn't want that personally. I'd be scary as shit. Who knows what in 5 years? I think an MMO like style game would be a better fit for VR. More like GTA RPG. That's why I said like GT. I think GTA VR would be very very popular. Don't me out, don't doubt it. Nerf gear pog that would be awesome at first. At best would be the concept from concept of the early Nerf gear. No Nerf gear from Sword Online. Remember Chromia as a weep. I want a Matrix plug in the back of my head. Yes, pain. Well, think of it. The Nerve Gear concept was back, and that's how long ago? What if your chat has something like alterated AR support? So you wearing like goggles or glasses and something as there as a VR chat avatar will like on sort of they say they feel it for like a moment. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never actually watched Sword Online. I actually don't watch a lot of anime. I'm not a real weeb. I watched JoJo. I'm on season 5. So I don't know. I need to get back into watching anime. The I remember when like Attack on Titan season 1 was really popular. I went to like a convention, just a small one in my city, and like everybody was Attack on Titans. I was like, what is this weeb shit? I was like every other person was Attack on Titans, bro. I was like, what the hell is this? What is this, man? I wanted to watch it, but because I saw so many people dressed up and like talking about it, I felt that it was too hyped. I feel like the internet and social media ruins anime for me because it gets too hyped and people are like, "Oh, this anime is the best anime ever" or whatever. And then I watch it and I'm just like, "It's not for me." Like I just, it's whatever. I just don't really care. That's just me personally though. Don't hope for Sir Online gear. That's what advanced for we have. And the pain can be adjusted. Did they concept a full body field back suit for VR? I don't know about that. I don't think so. Doubt companies would sell gear that would give you pain. Yeah, exactly. I like how the entire plot of a Sword Online was that the headset would nuke your brain. Yet everyone's still willing to put on their heads. That doesn't even sound like good PR. Yeah, exactly. Um, I don't know. I feel like VR is definitely a ways away. Well, the next 2 years, 2021, 2022, is when. Oh shit! What the fuck? My headset just like died. Hold on. Okay, that was weird. Hold on. Let me plug in my headset. I'm not my actual. It's my headphones. I mean, not my headset. Because I think I may have not charged them. Hold on. 1 second. Because I wear wireless headphones because my There, I got it. There. I think I forgot to charge my uh, headphones, so they were fucking up. Oh shit. I'm all like tangled up now. Nuking brain and stuff like that. I want to taste in VR. Yeah, can we have a smell meter? I want to be able to smell people in VR chat. Let's be real here. It's the real content. Smell-o-vision. Hold on. Did I fuck up the camera angle? Let me see. Oh, I did. What the fuck? Hold on. I pressed the wrong button. There we go. There, we're back. Okay, we're good. Sorry, it's just like there's like buttons here that like change the camera angles for the OBS and like it fucked up. There's a real world suit called a Tesla suit, but only companies can buy them right now. You want to have people sniffing around if you're... Yeah, I'm just joking though. I'm not being serious. Like, well, I actually don't want people sniffing, but I think it'd be funny to sniff. We already have people sniffing around VR and liking. Ah, yes, the sound of a fresh young Neko girl. Yo, you're gonna get arrested, bro. South Park game did that? Yeah, South Park game. It wasn't VR though, but it did it. Back to interview stuff. So Kromia. Question is, what would you like to, do you have any early stories or anything you want to talk about? Like, did VR chat in a way, like, for example, change your life? For farts. Juicy story time. Let's look into some juicy stories. Oh, listen, we're gonna invite mutes here, right? Whoopsie daisies. Oh, I could say something. More than VR chat streaming? Oh fuck. Did I crash? Oh my are you serious? Hold on, I can get back in. Don't worry, Chromie. It'll only take me a minute. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, but thank you so much, Ollie Alcohol. Thank you so much for the subscription. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And it's gone. Is the stream gone or is just the game gone? You guys have to let me know. Is the stream dead or just the game dead? Just the game? Okay. Thank you. I say that because sometimes when I crash in game, it does actually crash the stream as well. I've had that happen. Some people, that's why I don't like crashers in VR chat, because not only will they crash the game, but they also crash my OBS and actually fuck with my computer. It's really annoying. Anyway, don't worry about this, guys. We'll get back in like a minute here. I actually have to join off of Kromia, so if you stay in that world, I can join back. This happens sometimes. I don't know why, I just start crashing in VR chat. Yeah, I like when the friends menu doesn't actually work. Me too. There we go. See? Easy. I like how you still hear from me. Yeah, because you're listening to the stream. No one likes crashing in general. Exactly. Oh, Laxi wants in, dude. Surprise guess, Laxi. Okay, I'm back. Well, the pen was actually in the same position as it was before. Impressive. Alright, let me fix this camera thing. There. And we'll check it on the stream. Yeah, we're good. Okay. We're back. Sorry about that. I don't know, it's just VR chat, scuff game. Scuff game. Yo, what's up, Laxi? Like we'll have an audience cam. Look. Where is it again? There it is. Look, it's Laxi. Hell yeah. Shout out to Laxi. Okay, anyway, back to what we're talking about doing. Um, I'll ask you about what did I ask you about again? Any VRChat stories and stuff, like how VRChat has changed your life. That's right. Streaming and VRChat helped me because if if it wasn't for streaming and for this lovely community, I probably would have lost my house and well, perhaps then was here playing and meeting people. I understand. Your ghost being left behind for Alt F4 crashing is neat. True. Because right now, on my family, my stream is the only income. Yeah, I can understand that. For a lot of streamers, Twitch is their main source of income. So if they do not get that money, um, they can't pay the bills. And I feel like that's always a constant fear with being a streamer in general. If you want to go full time, like I always tell people, if you want to start streaming, just do it as a hobby, just do it for fun. Don't like think that like the moment you start streaming, hey, I'm going to do this whole thing full time, guys. Don't do that, please don't. I do not want to see people they hit the OBS button, start streaming button, and they think I'm gonna become a full time streamer today. That's not how that works. I just don't. It's a very bad idea. It's down a really dark path. But obviously, when people switch from, let's say you already had a job or you had a part-time job or whatever, and people switch to becoming full-time, it's very scary because if you Twitch is very inconsistent. Some months you can make a lot of money, some months you can make no money. Uh, you know. I also have this paparazzi here, like damn Laxy. Um, yeah, that was pretty wholesome of the community. Laxi did donate also, right? I don't know. Laxi, did you donate? Yes? Okay. Alright. Confirmation. Kromia community is amazing. Where I live, find job, it's amazing, really hard. After school, I basically didn't find anything for 2 years. I've been in college for 4 years. I'm on my 5th year, so I don't have a job. But I don't do streaming full time. I just do it as purely as a hobby. I couldn't sustain. I couldn't sustain on the stuff I make. I make like less than $100. I couldn't live on that. I'd be a bum. So, I mean, for me personally, I just do it for as a hobby. If one day I do blow up and get partner and get all these crazy viewer and crazy support, then maybe I might consider it. But for right now, I just do it for fun. And that's all it is to me. This is me being serious. This is no jokes. Like it's a fantasy dream, maybe one day, but for me, not right now. I'm more interested in finishing. I already have a degree, but I'm finishing a certificate, so I'm more interested in that. I see my dad. It's been almost 4 years already. While in college. I heard finding employment in Sicily is difficult. Laxi says the taxes in Spain is terrible. Have to pay money and 20% of your income a month. What the fuck? That's some shit. That sucks. What the hell, man? Well, being on Twitch, I said it like just now. Like it depends on months. Some months you can do really well. Some months you can do really bad. And being self-employed, you don't have a retirement fund. You don't have any insurance. You don't have any dental plans or health plans or any crap like that. That comes when you work, right? You don't have any security. You don't have a union. Twitch is you're literally independent, so you have to pay everything. So if you have to go to the doctor, you have to pay out of your funds. Unless you pay for healthcare, you have to pay out of your pocket. If you work somewhere, you're part of a union. Hopefully, you get a union when you work somewhere, and you pay. You have all your benefits and stuff, and you have a retirement saving plan and all that other crap. So that's why streaming is very dangerous. Like that's why some people fall in that pit, and people start having to be like, I got no money, and they start begging for money, and they get desperate. It gets really, it can get really bad. So I always tell people, if you want to go full time, make absolutely sure that you're very comfortable with your living right now and very sustainable. Because 1 month, 1 day, your viewers can just tank for no reason or because of some really stupid reason, and now you're screwed. And now you have to go look for a job and probably work at like McDonald's or some bullshit, you know? So, weird. I thought Portugal had it worse than Spain. Obviously not. In U.S., the worst part of self-employment is paying for medical insurance. That's why I was born and raised in Canada. That stuff is it's just a right. You get the right to have your health. Tell you what, brother, health insurance that's free in Canada. Damn. Who needs health insurance? Just don't die. Yeah, just don't die, dude. Just don't die. Just don't get sick and just don't like cut your finger. Just don't do that. Fast food chains are always looking for workers. Exactly. I mean, it's money at the end of the day. Anyway, back on topic though. So we were talking about like how streaming has changed your life, and obviously you said that if it wasn't for streaming, um, you probably would be in a pretty bad financial situation. You said something like your dad. So streaming obviously has changed your life for many people, and I feel like the VR chat community as a whole is very generous towards people, especially streamers, and supporting them and making sure that they are good and all that stuff. So very nice, you know, very supportive. We all support each other. We're like a big family. What do you think about the? Are we a big family, Laxi? Are we secretly related? Oh, okay. Are you related to the Kromia? Oh, okay. Damn. You have to write that in the wiki. Like I've said it like before, like this headset and this avatar and all the emotes I have is paid by the community. I didn't pay for it. I don't make any money. I don't have a job. So everything that I have, the headset, this microphone, the headphone, like the this, everything I own and most of the games and most of the stuff I have is because of streaming, because of the community. So I'm very grateful for that. I feel like some people. This was a topic that I think on the podcast with Lato we talked about once, but I could reiterate. Um, the topic was uh, there is a worry that people are taking advantage of their community in VR chat or just on Twitch. I do feel like it is an issue, but I feel like it's a minority issue. I don't think like a lot of people are taking advantage. There is definitely issues with people. Like some streamers do constantly beg for money or donations or you know, like you'll see it. Like you see like $2,000 goal. If I don't reach this goal, I'm gonna be homeless or something. And I'm just like, at that point in time, you shouldn't be streaming full time if you're constantly begging your viewers for money. That shouldn't be happening. That's why I say you should only do Twitch full time if you're very comfortable, like making more than enough money from subs and donations that you don't have to beg personally every month for money. I just never feel like that's a good thing. If you believe in Adam and Eve, we're all technically related. Sure. Like the amount of subathons. I mean, I'm not against subathons. I've done it before. If you're doing a subathon every month, then yes, that's obsessive. I don't know anyone that does a subathon every month. I can't even name one person. Not that I want to, but I can't. I do a subathon. I did one subathon in August, and I probably won't do one for a very long time. Now, this month is September, so subs are 50% off. By the way, sell out, but they are. So a lot of people are doing subathons because they're 50% off. It's because of Twitch is advertising you to get more subs. But on average, I think people do them every few months, and I don't see any issue with that. If you don't like someone doing subathons, then don't watch them. It's very simple. There's many people on Twitch that I don't watch their content and don't enjoy them or do not want to support them. It's very easy. You just don't watch them and don't follow them. So, I mean, it's not that hard. The amount of the viewer chat community is incredible. You can get so much love and support in such a short amount of time. September is over for me. Well, it's like 4 days left or something like that. Left in September. But I get what you're saying, Frey. Like, there are people that do obsessively have goals of the time and stuff like that. I've had goals. I'm not gonna lie. I've had goals for this headset, for this avatar. I've had goals, but I'm always very, very transparent with where the money's going. I had a goal last year for a new PC. As I had it month prior to my birthday. My birthday's in June 22nd. I started the goal prior to that. And on my birthday, I raised $1,400. The goal was 1,000. I spent all the money, all $1,400, on a better computer, upgrades, and I showed the receipts on Twitter. So I showed that I spent all the money. I didn't cash any of it or whatever people think people do of hiding money or whatever. I'm very transparent if there's donation goals and stuff like that. So I feel like if you're, I mean, I don't mind people doing donation goals, but I feel like doing the ones that are like monthly, like give me money or I become homeless. That's the one where it's a little like, I don't agree with. But if you're just having a donation goal of like, hey, I'm gonna get, I don't know, uh, new avatar, or VR, or whatever, anything that's reasonable, that's not like I'm gonna die and be homeless, I'm fine with. The actually subathon was great because it was a meme and didn't actually happen. Wow, true. September is over, or the. All right, Laxi, we've been going for over an hour and a half now. So, do you have any last things you want to say or ask or anything at all? If not, usually I let my guests like plug their own stuff. Meaning, like if you have anything coming up, like a special stream or events or whatever, um, you, you know, talk about it. And then after that, I usually just take a picture of the person, and then that's it. But this is fun, you know. This is the first time I've ever. I mean, there was one other time where I did the podcast with Later. We had a mute on. That was Oathmeal. It was kind of okay because like it was hard because there's a lot of other people that are talking, so like it's kind of hard for a mute because the mute had to talk in Lato's chat and it was kind of like it was all over the place. But I feel like this type of format's a lot better. So yep. So do you have anything to plug? Any stories? Anything at all? Like, I mean, I'll do a favor. I'll shout out, your stream, Kromia. If you guys haven't followed the Kromia already, follow Kromia. It's the same on, like, I think on Twitter and I think Kromia even has YouTube. So shout out to Kromia for being my guest today. I'll do all the shout out stuff for you. If you have any like last minute like I don't know remarks or anything you want to say. But yeah. I'm gonna stab you all? Oh, okay. Alright, Chromia. Alright. Stab you all with love. Like this. See saved. I'm a nice streamer. Do it, bring it on. Oh shit. Hold on, I'll go for the wide camera angle. Where is it? There, now you can. Oh shit. No, don't shank me. What are you doing? I'm innocent. I'm innocent. No, please. Oh, I'm being shanked. I'm fucking dying. I'm dead. I have to fucking. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hold on. Where's Let me disable the camera shit. Doot 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 doot. Get the overlay. Oh, what's up? Oh shit. Yeah, see, Laxi was here the whole time. Spoiler. Bap. Oh, let me turn off these stuff. Chairs. There, now I can punch you in the face. Bap. Well, look, it's me. You guys are violent. Okay, anyway, Kromia, one last thing. Basically, the last thing to do is take a picture.